She announced at dinner, "This is the longest I've stayed faithful." Everyone chuckled except me. I silently paid my share of the bill and walked out. Later, her mother texted me, "What happened? She's falling apart." Hey readers, a quick shout out. Over 14% of you are already subscribed, and it means everything. If you're new and like these stories, hit that subscribe button and join us on the journey to 10,000. I'm Chris, 29, sitting in my car outside a diner, still reeling from what went down 20 minutes ago. My girlfriend, Amber, 26, and I were dining with her college friends downtown. There were 5 of us. Me, Amber, her roommate Jess, and 2 other women I'd met before. We'd been dating for 8 months. Everything seemed fine, or so I believed. Amber was charming, witty, and beautiful. Her friends were pleasant enough. It was a typical Friday night meal. The conversation revolved around work, weekend plans, and some gossip about people I didn't know. I was mostly listening, munching on my burger, letting them catch up. Then Jess mentioned a coworker who got caught cheating on her partner. "I don't get people who cheat repeatedly," Jess said. "If you want to see other people, just stay single." The others nodded. It was a standard discussion about loyalty and relationships. Nothing unusual. Then Amber laughed and dropped a bombshell that silenced the table. "Well, this is the longest I've managed to stay loyal, so I'm practically a saint now." 3 seconds of dead silence. Then her friends burst into laughter, though Jess looked uneasy. "Amber, that's not something to joke about," Jess said softly. "Oh, relax, it's funny. At least I'm honest about it." Amber shot back. "How long's it been?" one of the girls asked. 8 months, Amber said with a smirk. "Personal best." More awkward chuckles followed. Jess wasn't smiling. Someone noticed me and said, "Chris looks lost." All eyes turned to me. Amber was still grinning, but I saw a flicker of worry in her eyes. "You knew I had some trouble with loyalty before, right, babe?" "No, we'd never talked about any struggles with loyalty or a history of cheating." "Trouble with loyalty? You never mentioned that," I said. She'd only told me her exes were awful and things didn't work out. Nothing about her cheating on them. "You said your exes were bad news. You never brought up cheating." "I didn't want to bore you with the messy details," she said. The table went quiet. Jess stared at her plate. The vibe shifted from awkward to heavy. "It's not a big deal," Amber said, her tone defensive. "Everyone messes up sometimes." "Messing up isn't the same as a habit," Jess muttered. Amber glared at her. "So now you know?" Amber said to me, ignoring Jess. "Now I know. 8 months into dating, I learned my girlfriend's a serial cheater who views 8 months of fidelity as a milestone worth celebrating." The conversation moved on. Her friends switched topics, likely sensing the tension. Amber went back to her salad, acting like nothing happened. I ate in silence, watching this woman I thought I knew. She was laughing with her friends, completely unfazed by her revelation. When the bill arrived, I did something new. I calculated my portion, left cash on the table, and stood. "Where are you going?" Amber asked. "Home. We were supposed to catch that movie after this." "Enjoy it," I said and walked out. No scene, no argument, just left. I drove home, sat on my couch, and tried to wrap my head around it. My girlfriend of 8 months is a serial cheater who sees fidelity as a personal record to brag about. Her friends knew this about her. They found it amusing. They were shocked I didn't know. Either Amber forgot to mention her cheating history, or she hid it on purpose. My phone buzzed around 9 p.m. A text from Amber. "Chris, what was that? You made me look bad in front of my friends." I made her look bad by learning she's a cheater and not laughing it off. I didn't reply. Another text at 10 p.m. "Are you seriously upset over a joke? It's not a big deal." A joke. Her pattern of betraying partners is just a joke. I didn't respond. At 11 p.m. "Chris, call me. We need to talk." We didn't. Update 1 the next morning. I woke up to 6 missed calls and a dozen texts from Amber. All the same vibe. I was overreacting, it was just a joke. I was being dramatic. Her mom texted at 7 a.m. "Chris, what did you do?" Amber called crying, saying you ditched her at dinner. Ditched her? Her mom clearly didn't know what Amber revealed. I didn't respond to anyone. I hit the gym, grabbed coffee, and went about my Saturday. I tried to think logically. Facts. My girlfriend has a history of cheating on her partners. Her friends know. She's proud of staying faithful for 8 months. She never told me about her past. She thinks it's funny. Around noon, Amber showed up at my apartment. I saw her through the window, standing at the entrance. Chris, we need to talk. Please. We don't. You're being unreasonable. You hid your cheating history for 8 months. I didn't hide it. I just didn't think it mattered. Your habit of betraying partners doesn't matter to our relationship? Her honesty was almost bold. She genuinely thought her past infidelity was irrelevant. Amber, I'm done. Done with what? Us. This relationship. Over my past? Over you hiding that you're a serial cheater and bragging about it. I didn't hide it. I just didn't mention it. Same thing. Chris, everyone has baggage. Not everyone's baggage involves repeatedly hurting people who trust them. You're being harsh. I was being harsh for judging someone based on their pattern of betrayal. Awful of me. I'm being realistic. So you're throwing away 8 months over this? You threw away every relationship before this. Why would ours be different? She had no response. Amber, go home. We're done. Chris, don't do this. You did this when you told everyone not cheating on me was your personal best. She left. I spent Saturday in peace. Sunday morning, her mom texted again. Chris, Amber's heartbroken. She says you ended things over her past relationships. I decided to reply. Mrs. Davis, Amber told her friends that 8 months with me is her longest streak without cheating. She hid her infidelity history our entire relationship. We're not a match. Mrs. Davis called 5 minutes later. Chris, I didn't know about Amber's past. She never told you she cheated on her exes? No. She said her relationships just didn't work out. Now you know why. She really likes you. She likes having a boyfriend. But she wasn't honest about who she is. People can grow. Maybe. But they have to admit they were wrong first. A long pause. What do you mean? Amber acted like her cheating was no big deal. She got defensive, not sorry. Oh. Mrs. Davis, Amber's great in many ways, but I don't date people who think betraying their partner is okay. I understand. This is disappointing. I'm sorry she's upset, but this is for the best. Update 2. 1 week later. The past week was chaos, with Amber trying to convince me I overreacted. Monday, she sent flowers to my workplace with a note. Sorry for the mix-up. Mix-up? Like I misheard her bragging about her cheating streak. Tuesday, Jess texted. Chris, Amber's really sorry. She didn't mean to upset you. Jess, did Amber cheat on her past boyfriends? Well, yeah, but then she meant what she said. Wednesday, Amber bumped into me at the coffee shop where I eat lunch. Chris, hi. Can we talk? Nothing to say, Amber. I miss you. You'll move on. That's cold. Not as cold as learning your girlfriend brags about not betraying you. I never bragged. You literally celebrated it with your friends. I was just being open about my issues with loyalty. Issues with loyalty like it was a diagnosis. Amber, you chose who you are. I'm choosing who I date. So you're done with me? You were done when you decided cheating was fine. Thursday, her mom called again. Chris, Amber's looking into therapy. She wants to fix herself. That's good for her. She's serious about changing. Mrs. Davis, she's only talking about therapy because I left. Not because she thinks her actions were wrong. Sometimes people need a wake-up call. Maybe, but I'm not her test subject while she learns to be loyal. That's fair. Friday, Amber tried one last time, calling from an unknown number. Chris, I know you're mad, but I love you. Amber, you love having a boyfriend. There's a difference. That's not true. If you loved me, you'd have told me about your past instead of letting your friends spill it. I was afraid you'd leave. So you hid it and hoped I'd never find out? I wasn't hiding it. You kept something you knew I'd care about. Everyone keeps things private. Not things like that. Chris, give me another shot. Why would I? Because I'm different with you. You said 8 months is your longest streak without cheating. That means you've never been loyal longer than that. So what? What happens at month 9, or 12, or 24? Silence. Amber, you've never had a faithful long-term relationship. You don't know if you can. I want to try. Try with someone else. Final update. 1 month later. It's been a month since that dinner. Time for a final update. Amber stopped reaching out after that last call. I heard through mutual friends she's telling people I'm rigid and judgmental for not accepting her past. Her story is that I dumped her over a joke about her dating history. She's leaving out how she hid her cheating pattern and celebrated 8 months of fidelity like a trophy. Some people side with her, Mostly those who think everyone deserves infinite chances no matter their actions. I'm okay losing those friends. The people who matter get my side. My best friend, Tom, summed it up. Dude. She admitted she's never been faithful longer than 8 months. What were you supposed to do? Applaud her for the heads up. Exactly. Jess reached out to apologize for the dinner. Chris, I'm sorry about that night. I should have spoken up when Amber started talking. Not your job, Jess. She cheated on her high school boyfriend a bunch. Cheated on her college boyfriend with his buddy. Her last boyfriend caught her with a coworker. Her friends knew. Some of us did. I always thought it was wrong. But Amber gets defensive when confronted. Why didn't you say anything at dinner? I've tried before. She just says people are judging her and shuts it down. That explained a lot. Amber wasn't proud of her cheating. She was defensive about it. But she never owned it either. Her mom called 2 weeks ago. Chris, I owe you an apology. I talked to Amber about her past. I didn't know she'd hurt people like this. Not your fault, Mrs. Davis. I taught her to value commitment. I don't know why she's like this. Some people struggle with loyalty. She should have told you from the start. Yes, she should have. She's looking into therapy to figure out why she does this. That's good. You handled this better than she deserved. I appreciated her saying that. As for me, I'm doing well. The past month has been calm. No wondering if my girlfriend's loyal. No doubting her late nights or new guy friends. No worrying about being another anecdote her friends laugh about. I started dating someone new. Met her at a bookstore. When we discussed past relationships, she was upfront about her mistakes without boasting. Refreshing. This experience taught me about red flags. When someone shows you who they are, trust them right away. Amber said she struggles with monogamy. Her friends backed it up. Her history confirmed it. I chose to believe her instead of hoping I'd be the exception. Sometimes the best response isn't dramatic. It's just refusing to be someone's next mistake. Amber wanted to see if she could stay faithful longer than 8 months. She'll have to try that with someone else. She called 8 months of loyalty a record. For me, loyalty isn't a record. It's the baseline. Different values, different paths. Thanks for reading, Reddit. Trust your gut when someone reveals their true self.